bose Women Junior bamaze guhaguruka, aho bahagurukiye kuri KCC Gishushu, bakanyura Gishushu, Nyarutarama, MTN Nyarutarama, Kabuga Golf, SOS na KBC, Mid-Hill ku Muvunyi, bakagaruka kuri Kigali Convention Center maze bakazenguruka inshuro 5 n'ubwo bakaza gusoreza kuri KCC. Muri iki cyiciro kandi cy'abangavu, abasiganwa barasiganwa ku ntera ingana n'ibirometero 74. Abasiganwa batangiye isiganwa bose hamwe ni 72 bavuye mu bihugu 34 bigiye bitandukanye. Abasiganwa bose hamwe ni 72 bavuye mu bihugu 34 twavuze hejuru. Muri iki cyiciro kandi u Rwanda ruhagarariwe n'abakinnyi babiri aribo Liliane Uwiringiyimana ndetse na Yvonne Masengesho. Nyuma y'iki cyiciro kandi cy'abangavu harakurikiraho icyiciro cy'abagore bakuru Women Elite, aho hateganyijwe ko baza guhaguruka ku isaha y'isaa 6:05. Mu cyiciro cy'abagore bakuru, abasiganwa baraza gusiganwa ku ntera ingana n'ibirometero 134 na metero 600. Abasiganwa bose bamwe ni 106. Muri iki cyiciro kandi cy'abangavu, abasiganwa barasiganwa ku ntera y'ibirometero 40. Muri iki cyiciro cy'abagore bakuru, u Rwanda ruraza kuba ruhagarariwe n'abakinnyi 4 aribo Ingabire Diane, Irakoze Neza Violette, Nirere Saverine ndetse na Nzayisenga Valentine. Turabashimiye mukomeze.
Climb this 14% right at the very beginning. There's actually sections of it which actually are 18%, would you believe? But yeah, so the averages are taken over reaches of 100 meters and more. So yeah, still Karina Strength is out there with 2 minutes and 40. There's no panic to wind her in, but I think there is a desire to change the complexion of the day. Average pace has just fallen back down again to 36.5, but I think we're going to be finishing around about 40 because this naturally will actually have a bit more pace about it. There is a professional cruising pace, Brian, that is more comfortable as we just look in the pits area. And indeed, as you can see, time to gather and ponder, and it looks like the entire team here of Kenya are going to shoot the breeze and indeed discuss how the race went today for them. Very much part of proceedings, part of the celebration of cycling, but their day has drawn to a close.
Yeah, it is unfortunately. Good to see them here, of course, and you know the first opportunity ever and to ride, you know, in their own continent. First time that they were here with the World Championships, but you know the difference between the top riders in the world and some of the smaller nations is a huge gulf. And you know, with 50 World Tour riders here and 29 riders, not even at third division, not even at continental level. Some of the riders barely race at all, barely go outside their own country. So to be here representing their nation and they're trying to do their best in the World Championships is good enough for me.
Here's the chatter you can see. Meanwhile, if you want a chat, slice of cake and a cup of tea, why don't you check out Rwandan tea? It's very rich. So, settlement at the moment. And the battle goes on just to stay in touch. This is Reda from Ethiopia. As you can see, national champion of Ethiopia, having stayed with it. Ethiopia, Eritrea, great cycling hubs within the continent, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, especially Eritrea. I've been quite fortunate to work with some of the African nations, and Eritrea is one of the kind of biggest nations, as well as kind of South Africa, always producing some very good riders, and I'm hoping. The UCI have been trying to globalise cycling for many, many years. This, of course, is the first time that the World Championships have been in Africa. But I hope this does inspire so many of these kind of smaller nations to try and strengthen their chances within the world of cycling.
Well, all of a sudden, things getting very, very lively. Femke de Vries, who's actually been a good track rider as well in her time, just drawing out a little bit of a response. I think this is ultimately to get fed easily. Take on the bottles that you need. Can't really grab a musette when you've got such a tight course as this. And we've wandered the Akagera National Park with the Big Five. I was very surprised to see that one of the Big Five is water buffalo. There you go. And there they are. The water buffalo. That's where you get your mozzarella from. They have, of course, got elephants who, don't get too close to them, but lovely beasts nonetheless. Quietly dominating. I think you might say the lions, who were declared as kings of the jungle. Something to say about that. And the baboons. You know what baboons love, Brian? They love a grape. Don't ever open a box of grapes near a baboon. Yeah, you might not only just lose your grapes, let me tell you that much. And the hippos. How could that be even? Yeah, get off. See what I mean? Grumpy. Sort of the jungle equivalent of Brian Smith. Meanwhile, the lions do stay clear, and the white rhino, thank goodness.
And they sleep in the day, not always at night.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You've got to get your prowling energy together, Brian.
Well, there's a few on the prowl in this race, and already we've got, De Vries, and De Vries is no slouch. That shows you the strength and depth of the Dutch team. 20th in the Tour de France recently, second overall in the Tour Cycliste Feminine International de Ardèche. Quite a difficult race. So Femke de Vries, not for the first time she's been on the attack. What she's trying to do is animate this race. It was all kind of blocked off at the front. So the Dutch team have decided that they want to kind of animate it. They don't want to kind of maybe set up a counter-attack. What they're trying to do is with Femke is make it difficult, inspire others. I've been in similar situations myself in races. It's not about just riding at the front or trying to kind of chase down the Austrian rider at the front. It's about trying to provoke others. That catalyst. When De Vries went on the attack, others started to attack. But just as soon as we say this, it can all locks down again. So that catalyst, the Dutch are trying to get the others to start to race as well.
And look who's come up to the front as well. A team with great wisdom on board. Australia. Brody Chapman, Loretta Hansen, Xander Manley. We have Ruby Rose McGarren, and of course Amanda Spratt as well. They don't want to miss out.
I think she's saying hello to her family, and I think this is one of the main reasons why she's doing this. An opportunity, World Championships. This race is going out worldwide, and it looks as if she's loving it. Obviously, she's tiring because she's been out there for some considerable time now. But it's either you come to the World Championships and just try and get round, or you make a name for it yourself, and that's what the Austrian is doing.
Oh, this is one of those turns I was telling you about. Looks like we've got a little bit of moisture down there as well upon the road. I don't know whether that was a traffic management island that they've ground out for the World Championship. Sometimes that happens. Somebody says, "Oh, nice bit of cobblage here in the middle," and everybody goes, "Yeah, that looks lovely." And then all of a sudden you think, "I've got a bike race to get to here." Here is the Kimihurura. This is that cobbled section that you've got to deal with and you have to fully invest. And they're starting to do so. And some of those riders who find themselves isolated and alone, no teammates around them, are now getting into position. Sweden here with Caroline Anderson just making sure that she's on the front row, she's on her own.